Chris Gibbs is on the phone. And Chris, do you find that horses who race well at a certain time of year will bounce back and race well at that time of the year again?
Oh, I think most trainers would tell you that they tend to peak at certain times of the year, definitely.
OK, mate, it's a strange old day at the races today. You've got quite a big team, but they're quite small fields. How do you find Ruakaka with small fields? Is it a case where there's no pressure and therefore it favours the leaders, or because the field's smaller, do they get their shot at the leaders?
I think that sometimes the smaller fields can be quite awkward, actually. So as much as some people might think, just because it's small, you can plan things a little bit better. But sometimes small fields, you can get boxed up just as easy as you can in a big field. So, yeah, it's difficult. I guess from a punter's point of view, you just have to watch how the track plays. But you haven't got much time to make up your mind because there's only 7 races, and yeah, they are quite small. So I feel sorry for the club, actually, to be honest.
Yep. A lot of racing at the moment. Race 2 is your first horse for you and Michelle today. Sympathique doesn't seem a strong form race outside the toppy, Karuba Jack, so I thought you had your chance here, and a nice enough barrier draw to stay handy, Chris.
Yeah, we've waited for the mile here. We did have her double nominated in the 3-year-old 1400 maiden, but I think she was looking for the mile. So I just think we'll just hold her together, and she should get a nice run too. She's still a little bit weak on it, so but I think she's a pretty good chance today. I like her work. She's fit and well and looks bright. So.
As you said, mate, she just struggled the last 100 last time, but that is Ellerslie form. I suppose today looks a little bit weaker. Yeah, I think so, and that's taking nothing away from any of the other runners. I think she's going to be better when she goes back out to the paddock and gets a good spell and comes back in again. That's her go. But we waited for this particular meeting because it tends to be a little bit weaker, and there's a lot of racing on. So she gets a chance to see if we can break maidens today. But it's just going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Really, if they're on pace or they're coming from the back, it's quite hard to work it out. On to the third on the card, number 1, Lord Polonius, weighed in light after running second last time, Chris. And this horse couldn't buy good luck with a gold card, could it?
No. He actually he drew 1, I don't know how many times, which, a lot of people say that's fantastic. But, he got held up badly and couldn't get out on one occasion here on the same track. And really, I thought should have won. And then... Yeah, he wouldn't have won the other day. He just missed the kick and was a bit tardy out of the gates. But he certainly ran home well. That was just 1,200 metres. So we'd like to think the 1,400 on the same track. He's drawn nicely, so he's not going to get... You'd like to think he wouldn't get boxed up. And yeah, I'll make sure that the jockey carries all the weight. So that would be probably the secret to it. Rather than getting disqualified, that was quite heartbreaking actually for the owners.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's an unusual one. Hey, on to the feature of the day. It's the 5th on the card. You've got 3 in the race. Now, Stephen Hunter's standing by in Petone, and he wanted to find out whether they're right with the money on Boogie Easy. So we'll put it to you straight. Is Boogie Easy your best of the 3 winning chances? Because it's the one where the money's been put on.
Yeah, well, I guess she's one that will go forward, but the 3-year-old at the bottom there is... you would have seen the ownership. Dad's got a little share in that one. He's a hell of a nice horse. He's a bit of a work in progress because he can be a little bit ignorant. But it's such a difficult race. Amazing as, to be honest, is the best horse in the field by far, I think. But he is a bit chubby. I wanted to run her actually in a mile, and we've had to switch her back to 1,400 because they canned the mile. So it's not perfect for her, and I think the other horse might lead. So I don't know if she'll be leading today. So that'll be a bit interesting because she tends to like to lead. So I might even lean towards the bottom weight a little bit. Hopefully, I'd like to see him win.
Okay, Sacred Lay.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. Well, maybe the money has been uneducated, but I suppose we'll find it after the race. On to the 6th on the card, and again, you've got a nice bunch in here. Final Suggestion, Red Dynamo and Rock Wheeler. If I was to text you and said, I'm in the pub with the boys and we want to have a punt, Chrissy, what would you text back?
Probably Rock Wheeler. We sort of set him for this race. The mile last time was purely a way of getting him to the overground. I know Sam Wigley hopped up him when he won at
and said, you know, like he actually wants it nice and firm, which he's going to get today. It's a good track here today. And I think getting up over ground's his go. So, yeah, I'd probably put him on top. Red Dynamo's been down doing a little bit of jumping and schooling and bits and pieces, so we're hoping that might sharpen him up. He tends to, you wouldn't want to be playing cards with him, definitely, because he's hard to back, that one. But he's got all the ability in the world, but if he just switches off, we're in trouble. And, of course, the other horse is a very good horse, Final Suggestion. He won this race last year. He had a few little niggly injuries. That's why he was off the scene for a little while. And then, to be honest, he copped hard tracks and just was getting fitter at the time as well. So there was a couple of reasons there. But, that last race where he just went forward and got 3 wide, it was just a disaster. So we've just given him one more chance today, just see if we can get into form, and then we might just back off and wait for a little bit of moisture. But
okay. Okay, Chris, if we're going to have one bet today, what's the one you're taking to the races, putting the saddle on and you're thinking to yourself, I think this will win?
I'll go with Rockwell. I'll go with that horse here. I think that he's been set for that race. Everything seems to have gone along well with his prep for it. So, yeah, I'll put him on top.
Mate, thanks for your time this morning. Good luck on the home track for you and Michelle. Hope the day goes well. And, mate, thanks for all your help last year. We're looking forward to getting some more winners off you for 2020.
Thanks, Mick. Appreciate it.